Hello, everyone. Welcome to the ultimate last match of Week 6. This is ALTTPR League, Season 4. We are doing open, believe it or not, and this is the last match of the week for it. So if you guys are sick and tired of our regular open seeds, we got co-op Randomizer coming up next week, but for now, let's close this sucker out. Our two runners are Thelane and Divisigns. I am Hammerbro, and I am joined in the booth by the one and the only Zeke Highwind. How you doing today, man?
Doing well, Hammer. It's open. What do we want to expect here?
I don't know. I don't really like linear seeds, so can we get like 5-minute Dark World access with both Mitts and Hammer and just let everything go insane? That's what I want.
Did you mean the fun kind of open?
I mean the kind of open where we're in no mode, like half an hour in, maybe 25 minutes in, half an hour in, and the runners aren't in go mode till like 50. That's what I want, because those are fun to watch. But that's just my preference. What is your preference for an open seed?
I also like early divergence capability, so early Dark World access of any variety is nice. Not Aga seeds is a good start.
Yeah, Aga has its time and place. And although it's kind of fun, and like a late Aga seed can be kind of fun, where it's a situation where, neither runner checks Lumberjack and then we're looking for something and it's sitting there on the ledge. That can be kind of amusing. I don't really like Aga for Lumberjack or for Dark World access because it can just be kind of aggravating to get around. Well,
that's a start. I like this Moon Pearl first item start.
I don't even know what to say to that. What are you supposed to say to a Moon Pearl and Sanctuary? I don't love it. Okay, so we got green pendant on... I did not see Desert, but Eastern was green and Hera was just a crystal.
Desert was red.
Awesome.
Red crystal. So.
Okay, cool. So Eastern's vanilla, and then we got 2 crystals in the light world. That's kind of fun. But yeah, Moon Pearl as your first Dark World access item kind of makes me nervous because it also kind of leaves open the potential of Aga. Like, I would prefer to have everything but the Moon Pearl and then kind of just hope as we get a wonderful tier 1 pull. And just kind of hope that the glove and the hammer are already in hand, and then the Moon Pearl's just not sitting on the ledge. Are you kidding me with these bombs?
This eats the bomb. That was an 8 bomb on 7.
Okay, so now we just need a shovel, and the seed would be the bomb diggity.
It might not be a shovel, but we got a flute.
No, that's fair.
So now this seed's a hoot.
Adjacent. Yeah, there you go.
Although I guess the bird's a duck, so it'd be more of a quack.
Oh, man. I feel like at this point we're just going down an albatross.
This is the first time I've ever seen the hint tile sprite in use. I'm amused.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's also kind of disconcerting. It's not nearly as bad as the mouse cursor sprite or the mouse cursor sprite, which I just can't even look at really. But this one's kind of funny with like the little hops it does every step.
Well, there's a sword in Blind's hut, and more bombs even.
Which is nicer for Thelane than it is for Divisign, since they checked the crab drop down, and Blind's Hut giving us the unique item that makes us all the happiest.
I like that we got a single rupee and a single arrow in Blind's Hut.
Yeah, so there's one more single arrow in the game, or single rupee in the game, and that's pretty much every single item that you can get. There's 3 of them, in my opinion. I feel like they need to add a single bomb as well. Just,
Give some more love for bombs?
This doesn't need any, but yeah, in general, I wouldn't say no.
We have a mirror?
We do have a mirror. And that's about it so far. So that's not bad. With our current loadout, we could actually go into Hera. And provided that it's not fire locked, complete it. The kind of interesting thing here is that both runners don't have 100 rupees. Now, that's not really a big deal off the top because we do have the flute. We can get back here whenever we want as long as we remember it. But the fact that that might be something really important early and could just help routing stuff in, is something to be thinking about. So I'm sure that if Divisigns gets a 20 or something out of here, he's be turning his butt around. But instead, we get a blue mail, and we're just keeping with the blue theme. So that's not bad.
Everything we have is blue.
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
Well, that's not blue, but it is a bow.
I didn't really say dabbo-dee, dabbo-die, but I guess the seed jumped on it.
I swear the seed listens to us sometimes.
Yeah, more carefully than I listen to myself, so there is that.
Oh. That is a wonderful sight.
Not really. Like, there's still another one of those, and as much as it might be nice to look at it and be like, oh, hey, look, a glove there means, yeah, you forgot. I kind of thought that Divisigns forgot to do that, but I wasn't going to open my mouth and say something stupid that was wrong. So,
my thought was he was hoping to look for a big 20 or something, and then pick up Ball Merchant Activate on the same trip.
But yeah, that glove being on library does make you want to think. As the lane is... Yeah, no, yeah, sorry, bud. But yeah, it makes you want to think that boots are coming, but you can honestly get to a lot of this seed without the mitts.
Yeah, but at least boots aren't in GT.
That is fair, because we do have, one crystal in hand, and because you need the mitts to get to GT, yeah, that works out. Or one pendant in hand already. I do find it kind of ironic, though, that Eastern's a green pendant, and we have the bull already. Just, thoughts.
Just slightly.
Alright, so Mini Moldorm Cave is going to be our next big set of items here. Hopefully we'll get something out of it, because right now the seed hasn't really given us anywhere we super want to go. Wow, okay. The Moldorms are just not having it today.
It's been a while since I've seen one decide to wriggle its way out.
Through the top, no less. Like, I've seen him do it through the bottom, but to do it through the top, as we find a hook shot, so now that mountain play is kind of looking a little bit more hefty.
Just a little.
Just a little being, 8 more items.
That's just a little.
I mean, come on, by volume, it's like, what, 3%? A little more than 3%? 3.5% of the items in the game? I mean, go do.
Well, the lane's listening to you and going and doing.
Well, there you go. The seed listens, the lane listens. Yeah, if the lane's listening to me, you can already chalk up a win for Divisigns. I'm just saying that right now.
Don't sell yourself short.
I'm not. I'm selling myself just right.
And now we're going to go save our good friend, the old man on the mountain.
I do want to point out before it takes quite too long, as we see a ice rod from the old man. He thought he grabbed the red one, but yeah, wrong color, so he couldn't really light anything up. Oh, there we go. But yeah, the hook shot in Mini Moldorm Cave is its own little nice form of sarcastic, finger pointing and laughing.
You mean the best weapon to kill Moldorms with?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, 300 up on top. That's something we're not going to say no to at this point. That sucks. That's super unfortunate.
The 3 bombs inside, on the other hand, we'll say no to.
That boulder was saying yes. Alright, so we've got Pod as another pendant. I did not really see anything else.
Myers the 3rd pendant. I thought the pendants were Skullwoods and Misery Mire. But
I'm pretty sure that Pod was the blue pendant, but I might be wrong.
Chat confirming Pod, Misery Mire Pendants, and Thieves Town is our red crystal. Thank you, chat.
Awesome. And yeah, with the big key here, we can logically complete this dungeon. So that's kind of fun. And hey, that compass just reminded me. So one of the super cool things about next week for Randomizer is that they've actually made compasses useful. Now that's right, they're useful. As soon as you get a compass, if you're in the dungeon, it will tell you on the left-hand side by where the floors are, if you open up the map, as we pull a hammer out of Paradox, what boss is in the back. So that's incredibly nice for some of these dungeons.
This is true. I believe that was added in the same update that added the C and P indicators in the top left corner.
That is correct, yeah. We pulled powder and something else out of there.
Powder and hammer at the very least.
Cool.
And Master Sword.
Yeah, there you go. And then the bottle out of Hera. So right now we're doing okay. This seems to have been the correct place to go. Ironically enough, the one item that we need for Dark World access is that glove, or another one. That's currently sitting on the wonderful and glorious library.
The Great Kakariko Library.
Yep.
Meanwhile, NMG Moldorm.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't bother the lane, let's be honest here.
That's fair. It's technically less than NMG because you don't even got the boots. Okay, we're good. I would like to point out the irony that two of the items that would make Moldorm not NMG are both in Paradox Cave. And I think, yeah, we just had the small key in the basement, so we are good. Don't have to worry about Hera for items, which is nice.
That is always a nice thing.
Yeah, so we are 10 minutes in. We got one crystal already. Looks like Divisign's going to be following up on here and grabbing that, while the lane just turns around and does East Death Mountain. Probably gets a little bit of an eye roll at both the hammer and Master Sword sitting there, but it doesn't really matter. That Moldorm fight was so clean that you weren't going to gain, but maybe I don't know, maybe half a second on it if you got good patterns and were able to spin or hammer hit. But yeah, it was really well done by the lane.
It's also worth noting this mountain has given us the reward for having to go back for Bottle Merchant anyways, because we can get Sick Kid and Magic Bat on the same trip.
Yeah, that's fair. Now the only thing that would help even further is if we could somehow pull the boots and then go ahead and grab that glove in one fell swoop. But yeah, there's a couple of items over there. Although we are going to need a little bit of magic, unless we can stumble upon a cane of Samaria to fake real powder.
Divisign's is going to get a magic refill off Moldorm.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's one of those things where I open my mouth and then close my brain.
That's how we play Rando, isn't it?
I play cross keys a lot, so unfortunately, no.
We're trying to get that lineup.
Yeah, this is the less commonly used lineup, but I mean, if you can get it, you can get it. So,
and I mean, that was still your first bomb placement, and while it took some buffering, it's still faster than climbing the Tower of Vanilla, I believe.
Oh, absolutely! Climbing the tower is not preferred under any circumstances, really. I missed the Uncle Bomb pack, so it's nice to see those two, I guess, even though both of our runners are saturated with bombs as the lane pulls 3 out of a spiral.
Technically, while it is more bombs than we'd know what to do with, it is its own individual item set that can fit with our single arrow and single rupees.
That is fair. I shouldn't be surprised.
I'm not. I'm really not.
Alright, so where's our lamp gonna be so we can just go do ag?
Magic Bat.
That's fair. Could also be an Eastern. Because I do believe that is the biggest set of items we have left. 3 over in Hospitalist Closet. Probably 2 in Logic in Eastern, assuming we don't get a fire source of some sort.
No, I know where the lamp's going to be. Vanilla in Zelda Cell.
Oh, that's fair. We haven't done anything in Escape yet. Although, honestly, I feel like Escape's going to be a last location, so you can just, you know, do Escape and then do Aga if it comes down to it.
It's 14 minutes in, let's open Link's house chest.
I mean, could have just left it.
I forgot that this check existed.
I think we both just forgot about it because it's a situation where usually at least one runner will start at Link's house and do it on the start, so it's easy to forget. Alright, so incoming is Hospitalist Closet. We've got 3 checks here, and knowledge of the green pendant if we wanted it, but we already have that kind of set up, so.
I mean, it's just a vanilla green pendant.
Huh. That's actually not bad.
Tempered 3 swords?
Sword. Yeah,
and 100 rupees.
Tempered Sword and Zora money, exactly. And Delane is making the Eastern play. I don't blame him. There are 4 items over here. It is outside of Escape, the largest thing we have left. And Escape's kind of a pain in the butt, especially with the boots with the potential of boots kind of looming overhead. Although we do have mirrors, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. I still think we're going to do Escape and then, or Eastern here, and then I assume we're going to check Ice Rod Cave and Agana. We also might get some fake flipper checks just to make sure we don't have a glove or something sitting there that would technically be out of logic, but prevent an Aga climb all the same.
On the bright side, it would be a relatively comfy Aga climb if we found the lamp, just because Tempered Sword makes everything go quickly.
On the bright side, yes, that was terrible, just for the record.
I was actually not referring to the lamp as much as I was the fact we have a Tempered Sword.
Yeah, but, you know, side lamp.
I mean, I will take credit for coming up with that joke, even though it was not intended. Don't worry.
Speaking of boots, it'd be really nice right about now. That's one of the wonderful things about Rando, is that sometimes you get to do Eastern with boots. And, oh man, it feels so good.
And other times you have to do every dungeon without them, and it feels not so good.
Oh, hush. We're not speaking of that. We're only speaking of good things today. This seed's probably going to speak of enough bad things.
Looks like we're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty on Divicines, but...
Oh man, the hook shot makes that room wonderful if the Stelphos just stay out of the way, because then you can hook shot, go up, hook shot, grab key, hook shot, get out.
It's worth noting that whatever we find here in Eastern is logically locked by a lamp.
Yes, because all we have left is the big key and Armos, and with both of those locked behind, or the big chest and Armos, and with both those locked behind the big key, we do need the lamp for that set of rooms. Nice shield.
That's 2 shields found.
Not a bad idea. this room can be really not fun without a fire source. Like, and because it's Eastern, it's really, really easy to be like, whatever, it's Eastern, this room's not hard. But like, I almost feel like if I had this weaponry, I'd rather do pod dark rooms. Like, this room can just get out of hand really fast, especially since you're usually sitting on, 3 or 4 hearts.
I mean, part of the problem is you have 2 Igors who move relatively erratically once you waken them. And it gets out of hand quick because they do 1 heart of damage regardless of what armor you have.
Exactly. And not only do they move erratically, they move really fast. Like, they move not at all, and then they're in your lap, and they're just eating you for health. Like, it's terrible. Alright, missing the quick kill setup there unless he can finesse it here. Yeah, not quite. But still nicely done. Piece of heart, so unless this is something, this is going to end up being a bit of time that the lane did not necessarily need to do, but it's not a bad call.
Now, what you don't want to see here is a vanilla green pendant prize, right?
I honestly wouldn't be mad at that, just because then, like, as a runner, it's like, oh, well, I had to do it, whatever. Instead, we get a partial refill.
I'm never unhappy to find arrows after an Eastern trip.
I feel like the lane is less than pleased to spend, 4 minutes and find not really anything.
I mean, yes. I'm saying, after the Armos, I'm happy to get arrows. But also, I wish we didn't have to do Armos there. I guess we won't do Fake Flipper.
Nope, absolutely not. Thankfully, though, and in large part due to Sauce for the Closet, we do in fact have Zora money.
Thank goodness.
Although, to be fair, if the next handful of checks for this seed end up being frugal, we might not have pod money if it comes down to an Agaseed. Because clearly we're going to pull the ped now, right? I mean, we've got Eastern out of the way. We can clear pod. Oh, man. See, this is what I was afraid of. There's your glove on the ledge. And now that early glove on library that makes you think, hey, boots are somewhere. Yeah. Good luck finding them.
I mean, there are 2 bright sides to this. Actually, there are 3 bright sides to the glove on the library ledge. Boots aren't in GT, on Ped, or in Pyramid Fairy. They can be in Pyramid Fairy, what am I saying? For a minute I thought Ice was our red, not Thieves.
Yeah, they can be in Pyramid Fairy.
Forgive my forgetfulness.
Alright, with that being said, we have Dark World access. Whee! Back of Escape. I don't dislike this call.
This can give you an insight into how much you have left in Escape, too. Because it's a lot more tempting to go for a front of Escape with, say, 4 items than it is with 2.
Yeah, I don't remember what was in the Sanctuary. Moon Pearl. So that's not going to be either of those. We'll see if there's anything in the back here. That's an item. That's an item. Okay. So we're going to forego the Key Rat, which honestly I don't blame the lane. Especially not with that mirror in hand, because you can pretty easily go down to Zelda sell mirror and then get there from the front way. And we have 3 items, so right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, but more importantly, we're going to go visit Hype Cave. Let's see if it actually lives up to its name today.
Honestly, at this point, I'd be alright with it having 43 rupees.
2 20s and a 5, maybe?
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we are back on Divisign's side. Obviously, we have no real idea what he has or what he's done.
That's still a Master Sword at the moment. That's a Bombos Medallion in the lane's Hype Cave. And there's your 43 rupees plus extra.
Well, you know, we'll take extra.
Lamp, Bombos, and Pod Money.
Yeah, I don't see anything on his side, on his stream that the lane doesn't have right now. So he also did not clear Eastern, or it's not listed on his tracker. So that is one difference between the two, which is potentially why they're both, Dark World area around the same time there.
Oh, I like this early Swamp Dive. That's a dense set of items you can do.
Yeah, it's something that hadn't even occurred to me, honestly. But yeah, we have everything required to go beat Swamp. And even though it's kind of a long haul, at this point with a glove in hand, we're pretty much just committing to, like, not having seen the mitts on the library. Like, right now, the mitts are irrelevant. You cannot assume that you're going to find the boots with any sort of urgency. So, come in here, 6 items, knock it out.
Meanwhile, over on Divisign's side, we're getting the Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town area.
Yeah, Divisign's having a little more health. 6 heart versus 4. That is nice. Runners for Invitational League don't usually need a whole lot of health to go run around in the Dark World, but I don't dislike I'm not saying that that's why the lane's in Swamp right now, as opposed to being in the Village of Outcasts area, but were I playing it, it makes a little bit of a difference.
So far, we have the small key already. We have a 3-item Back of Thieves.
Well, it's a darn good thing it's a crystal and we have the hammer, then.
Also, I'm pretty sure this is the one room where I would love to, more than anything, to have the Pegasus boots in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, it's not completely terrible with hookshot in hand. And if you're coming in here and you don't have the hookshot, it's the worst room ever. It feels worse than Spiral Cave. And I know it's not, but it feels that way. But yeah, this would be spectacular to have boots. Just please and thank you. The lane not super comfortable with the bomb diver down setup, I would presume. So deciding to forego it, just empty out the water the normal way, and then head down south and grab those 2 items.
I mean, it's better to do things in the way you're comfortable, rather than throw 6 bombs at the bomb jump. Especially when you only have 4 hearts and blue mail, 5 hearts and blue mail.
Yeah, I don't do it either. Like, if I don't have Soma, I don't mess around with it. And I'm not surprised there. The lane could have hop back up to go get that big chest, but with the items on the left-hand side just being left for now, I imagine that we're going to be coming back in anyways. Although, I don't think... Have we seen a dungeon item other than that big key?
We have not, which makes that big chest likely one of them.
Yeah, because now we have, at this point, we have 4 checks and two dungeon items left. So if Argus gives us something other than a map or a compass, there's a decent chance that the lane looks at those 3 checks and goes, that one item can stay here.
Especially if this item is something like the boots.
Oh yeah, but I think even if there's nothing here, I mean, you've got enough stuff you can do that I wouldn't say no to it. Now, I also wouldn't say no to just, coming back in here and just grabbing it as the lane pulls off 3 ice rod shots just because it's fun. But with that compass, there are 2 items now remaining in Swamp, and that's a bit iffier. I don't know that I love that. We still have a bunch of stuff we gotta grab. Gotta find the boots, gotta find Samaria, gotta find the fire rod. At the very least, that has nothing to do with potentially having to do a fetch quest or something similar to get it. And yeah, the lane's going back in. I don't blame him.
There's 2 items. There's 2 items, and you're looking for like 4 more still.
As the big chest for Divisigns is just a compass. So by that point, I assume we have an item on the Unblind herself. I have not checked. I have not really been keeping an eye out, but judging by the fact that chest was grabbed, I'm going to assume we do. Hello, map.
There is absolutely an item in the Unblind because there were the map and small key were in the front today.
That's right. Good call. Zeke using logic.
What's that?
Something that we haven't really broken yet, actually.
What little we have broken was fixed by the time we hit Hype Cave.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I guess we technically did do a dark room in Eastern, but that doesn't count.
I mean, technically the old man, too.
Sure, but we had the flute, so, nah, whatever. Drosy, why did you mention the fact that Divisign's timer is distracting? Like, I've been avoiding looking at it this whole time, and now I can't. It's just... darn it.
It's like watching numbers go up on a gas pump.
This is the time that this rando has stolen from you. These are the moments of your life that you will never get returned.
Drosy, please don't ever point that out to me again.
Break this logic.
So left side swamp today. Could we have skipped left side swamp safely? No.
Nope.
Nope.
And honestly, that piece of heart might have been the best pull out of Swamp right there, because if Argus hadn't given us the compass, I don't know that the lane's coming back in here. Wow, 1 dig fire rod. Turn around.
Well, that's hot.
Unfortunately, Divisigns can't turn around. Yeah, he's not the one who's going to have imminent mitts. Is there a way to say that quickly? Imminent mitts. Imminent mitts?
You're going to be thinking about that for the rest of the day now. And by the rest of the day, I mean like the next 5 minutes while we're watching them pick up items.
Imminent.
Now, hopefully for Divisigns, he does decide to go into Swamp.
I mean, I feel like you do at this point, right? You've got everything to beat it. It's a crystal. Especially for Divisigns, that 1 dig fire rod just gets me. Oh, man.
I especially like it when you manage to just dig it out from under the guy's feet.
Aha! That's how this trick works. You place it under you, do you? Well, that doesn't work. And you know what? With boots sitting at, 30... It's about 30 minutes for the lane. that's a pretty good seed. So I will retract my snarky comment about the library glove not meaning anything. 30 minutes is kind of later than we were hoping for boots, but it's still better than most seeds. So you know what? I'll give it to the seed. It's fine. It's fine.
Again, I didn't expect that glove to be our Dark World access. I just liked seeing the fact that we're going to get boots before we do Mitts dungeons. Because, for example, doing Ice Palace without the boots is suffering.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mire's pretty bad, too, not gonna lie.
I don't want to do Mire in this seed.
Do you want to do Mire ever?
Yes, I do. It's my favorite dungeon.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Alright, so Smith chains a new set of checks here. Hopefully we'll find something fun.
I mean, Hammer Pegs wasn't anything fun yet, so... And the Smith chain is just a refund.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically it's... Excuse me. It's a refund with interest.
The missing person's reward, except they charge you to get it.
Well, no, they just didn't have change. Like, I want to give you $10, but I only got a 20.
Hey look, all 3 shields have been located.
Yeah, and to think that the lane was, like, super close to being able to grab it. Alright, so this is going to be a look at Mire area. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what Medallion Mire is. But I imagine we are not going in, as I think that was Ether.
It looked a little like Quake to me, but...
Either way, it's a medallion.
Front doorstep.
Yep, now it's just tempting you. Go in. But I think that's go mode.
It isn't.
So.
It's go mode.
Yeah.
We're at go mode in 35 minutes, Hammer.
Zoom, zoom. Alright, and this is where the lane turns into the fast lane.
Life in the fast lane.
I'm almost sorry.
No, you're not.
That's why I said almost.
I doubt the almost part. Honestly, for a boots locked glove, that was a really fast seed. Because now we're just down to, let's clear some...
I mean, but to be fair, Mitch was practically go mode.
And as to Mario, could have been anywhere.
It could have been, but instead it was on the Mire doorstep.
Right where it belongs.
I don't know about that, but sure.
You always keep the key under the front doormat, right?
I mean, I feel like that works for TR. I'm not sure it works as well for Mire. At least not usually. Yeah, and speaking of, we're not even gonna get like there is so much of this game we are not checking. This collection rate's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, this is going to be a great collection rate for the lane. Probably a pretty good one for Divisigns, too. But the lane's going to get to go mode everything.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on when Divisigns gets back over to Mire. Because, like, at this point, you do still have a decent amount that could potentially pull you away from it.
On the plus side of going back toward Mire, you have Desert over there as a crystal anyways, and a relatively quick one at that.
That's fair. Also, on the flip side, let's just point this out real quick. Divisigns is going to have to go back in and get those boots. So...
And on the last note involving Divisigns being led toward Desert and Mire, Desert's the other red crystal.
Yeah, that's fair too.
And also on the Div Science, these are really clean spins on Argus today.
Up until you said that, yeah, it was going pretty smooth.
Up until I said that, but it was.
Nice!
I have never seen my stun lock with Fire Rod. Nicely done.
4 Fire Rod shots. That was clean.
I have never seen that before, and I want to see it again.
Yeah, can we get a replay? Maybe next year. Yeah, so this is going to be a go mode. The lane's going to do 4 chests in here, grab the big key, and then just, you know...
Oh no.
Fly.
Oh no. Div Science, no!
Yeah, a Div Assigns, yes. Really? You know, when you're playing someone like the lane, sometimes you sit here and you go, okay, I gotta make a play. And this is a play. This is a play that you make when you're sitting here going, I'm playing against someone who is faster at this game than I am. I don't dislike this play. It's something that the lane probably wouldn't just come and do. So if you could pull something out of here, like, let's say, the boots, you're going to have them for an extended period of time over your opponent, most likely. And that is just enough to kind of swing things in your favor. So it's a really good play. I really like it. It's unfortunate because the lane practically has been in this seed's back pocket the whole time. So it's hard. It's hard beating someone when they route stuff perfectly, and it's even harder beating the lane when he routes stuff perfectly other than an Eastern clear, to be fair.
Yeah. I will say, outside of the fact that we know where boots are, I do like making this play for Pod and Eastern in one trip, possibly. Because that means there's 9 items in 2 dungeons on top of each other.
Right, as well as the 3 items in Hospital's Closet that he hadn't grabbed yet, too. So that is 12 items. Given they're both pendants, which is really kind of iffy, but again, if you're looking to make a play, this is it. And hey, we might find some fun stuff, you know? The cape is still out there, the book's still out there, shovel's out there. Haven't found either of the boomerangs.
Chat liking point out that the lane's in go mode with a very, very spoiler-type setup.
Yeah, it is. It's 6 hearts blue mail. Yeah.
I think I've played this loadout in spoiler week, so...
And that's why I pilot.
I mean, that's why I run.
No, I don't like low percent. The lane doesn't mind, though.
You know, it occurs to me that Div Science probably didn't care for that joke from Blind.
I didn't even see it.
The advice was best advice for Goron: be bolder. After getting flattened by one on the mountain earlier.
Yeah, I guess that's more of a rock and roll joke.
Chat is right. It's not unthinkable to think that we could get some hearts out of... I didn't even know you could spin speed off that.
You could spin speed off of everything if you try hard enough, it seems like.
But chat pointed out that it's unthinkable to think that the lane won't find some heart containers along the way, especially when there's the full clearing Turtle Rock still to come.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I imagine that the lane's going to be finishing with probably 8 to 9 hearts, if I had to guess, just between pieces of heart and heart containers grabbed. Obviously, depending on what, GT looks like, depending on where that big key is. But, yeah, we're not going to finish with 6 hearts, most likely, but I don't think we're going to have a whole lot more than, 8, 9 at most. I'd be shocked if we finished with, a full row. Unless it ends up being a situation where that big key is like 17, 18, 19 north of that, so.
You mean the big key in places we don't want it, like behind ice arrows?
Exactly. Worth noting, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but Thelaine let go of the ferry in the Lost Woods. So, does not have a ferry. I'm sure that doesn't matter. I'm just kind of stating it for, knowledge sake.
Yeah, I doubt that bothers Thelaine. Might have a death warp plan somewhere.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well. Might also just be picking up potions. Because we do have enough for 2 goos, and we are going to be doing, everything in blue mail, 6 hearts, and no half magic, which can get iffy, especially if you're trying to run through things really fast or you put yourself in a tight spot. Again, I'm sure Thelaine doesn't need it, but when you practically guess how the seed's going to go pretty much straight off the bat, spending 45 seconds to come over here and grab 2 blue goos is something or just a green.
Well, I like picking green, especially going to Ice Palace. It gives you the option of just drinking a green for a magic refill and not having to waste a blue potion.
That's fair. That's fair. And it does kind of leave it open for grabbing another blue later on if something goes south.
And I'm going to hazard a guess that Divisine's counted items while we weren't, and realizes there's no item on Helmsar. And he knows that his go mode situation cannot be on pedestal, so there's no reason to get pendant.
That is fair. That's a nice little quick set of logic thinking by yourself.
Because other than the boots that get you the mitts, he just needs a Camus Maria, and with pendant Meyer, pedestal's out of the equation for Divisines.
Yep, because of the mitts and Soma. Something, 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 something. Just go hit the switch.
And now, for arguably one of my favorite tricks in the book.
Oh, absolutely. Having trouble starting a conversation? Thelaine has an icebreaker.
It was a very cleanly executed icebreaker.
It was a very clean icebreaker. That icebreaker was smooth. Like, Thelaine did the icebreaker so fast, I had to speed up my delivery, or else he'd have been out of the room before I got it out.
I mean, I don't think we should be surprised at clean execution from Thelaine, but still.
It's not surprise as much as it's just like, oh, do it again.
It's not surprise, it's awe.
Exactly. Thelaine, can I be like you when I grow up? I'm also fairly certain that Thelaine's looking at this time thinking to himself, I could be into GT sub an hour. I could be nearly done with the climb sub an hour.
That Cold Stare fight. I mean, again, we shouldn't be surprised. It's somebody who's one of the top NMG players out there.
Yeah, puff ball, go boom.
So, that just leaves Turtle Rock.
I'm just hearkening back to the beginning, right before this race started. I frequently creep in the racetime.gg rooms, and and Divisines asked the lane to make this quick. And I can't help but think that the lane is doing his best right now.
You mean the fact that we are a crystal from GT at 48 minutes?
Yeah.
And this is with a pendant dungeon clear?
I've lost words to articulate it. Just like Swiss bovine, I guess.
The fortunate thing for Divisines is he hasn't found anything to take him away from Swamp Palace, other than he has a trip to Skull Woods in his future.
That's fair. The unfortunate thing is that he hasn't found anything. Like, at all. I mean, not that there was a whole lot to find, honestly. All he could have really found was the book.
And speaking of a trip to Skullwoods.
Yep. And yeah, you don't have the mitts yet, which is unfortunate.
So what's your preferred key solution for Turtle Rock?
Grab all 4 really fast and go. No, grab 3 and steal and run. I don't know. What do you mean specifically?
Do we want to see a trip to Lava Island, for example?
No, of course not. With the way this seed is going, I want this to be the fastest seed I've ever seen. Like, how often do you get to watch a seed and you're like, oh, this might be the fastest seed I've ever seen? No, I want the key in frickin' Hope Room or on the Torch. I want the big key in Chain Chomp Room now. I want everything to be as clean and as smooth as possible, because I want the lane to finish this seed like 105. That's what I want. So no, there's no bull, there's no detours. I just want, right now, as few steps as possible, let's get this baby rolling.
Well, let's see if this is a big key to make it even faster.
Damn it.
Lava Island.
Oh well. No stealing a key. Which unfortunately means we're also going to have to open the big chest. But, hey, we might get silvers out of it.
Nah, silvers are in Misery Mire. You know, dungeon no one wanted to go to.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, a dungeon that Divisines might go into.
I certainly hope not.
Oh, no, that's right, because, yeah, never mind. I am an absolute moron.
There's our big key.
I hope so, or else, you know, this rando got some explaining to do.
You see, they accidentally turned on Big Key Shuffle. Every Big Keys just end up in this dungeon, and Big Key was just going to be on Mimic Cave.
That'd be rude.
You know what's more rude than that? This moth fight.
Yeah, that moth fight was just dumb. The moth was like, no, 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 no. Still taking spike hits. Well, it's a good thing we checked that chest, isn't it?
Well, I mean, otherwise we couldn't finish.
Yeah, we also could get a small key here and then just not have to check Lady's Bridge. That'd be nice.
Well, now that you've said it, it won't happen.
It was only a 20% chance that it was going to happen anyways. Come on, Zeke.
See, The wrong seed listened to you now.
I mean, that's fine, as long as I get to see that seed as well. And see somebody else finish in, you know, nearly an hour. I'm okay with it.
I mean, this can still be a fast seed from the lane.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be a fast seed. Even if the GT Big Key is sitting in tile room, this is going to be a fast seed. Like, it just...
Don't say that.
I said it. What are you going to do? I said it, take a picture of it, frame it, send it to him. Like... Meanwhile, Skullwoods is just dragging Divizines around by the nose. Your boots are in another castle.
What is left for Divizines to go look at? Graveyard Ledge. And then I think it has to be back to Swamp. Because I'm going to assume that those heart containers Divizines found the lane didn't were in Hyrule Castle.
That would make sense, yeah. That's the only thing I could think of that he would have had access to. So, yeah, I believe so. Catfish?
No, thank you.
I mean, sure, but if you don't check it now, you're not gonna check it. And since we just basically have this left, and left side swamp, I feel like you probably go to Catfish.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of hearts, that's number 7. And
see, the lane did get another heart.
And speaking of not having boots or mitts, checking the Graveyard Ledge here is just unfortunate without either of those. Alright, so we have, as chat has already begun, a lovely game we like to play. There are 22 chests in the basement of GT. I'm hoping it's the first one, but could be any of them. So get your guests in chat, 1 through 22. Where is that big key hiding? Zeke, lay it on me. What you got?
13.
13, huh?
I always use my lucky number.
Fair enough. I'm going to go with a bad golf shot and say 4.
I didn't know you played golf.
I played disc golf. It kind of counts.
No, I'll say it counts.
I yelled the same thing when I nearly take off someone's head, so...
And we have full access to the entirety of GT, so... Let's start this way.
So there's one. Kind of... Not enough health to tap the lane.
This is 2 through 5.
And that's a mirror. Alright, so we're 5 in, and if you want the lane to finish this quickly, you are hoping for no fire bar, no fire snake, and no rando room, please and thank you. Preferably in one of the next, 4 checks coming up after this.
It's also worth knowing we're at 3 small keys, so... Currently, those left side checks I don't believe are in logic yet.
Oh, I don't even bother with that.
I believe
Divizines didn't do Zora. He must not have had enough money because he didn't go do Sahasrahla, so he was probably sitting at like 400 and change. That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. I believe it's 3 bombs.
Burrito, 20 arrow, 30 arrows. Wow, okay. And, yeah, so this is pretty much worst case scenario for this routing.
Now you're really hoping it isn't tile room. Although you're never hoping it's tile room.
I mean, if it's tile room, I'll own it. It's fine.
I mean, if it were tile room, it'd be the thing for the seed to be rude about. And this is a spike cave play.
I mean, it's called doubling down on your gamble. I don't dislike it. It's just the wrong play, unfortunately.
Oh no! If you're gonna make the left side skip gamble, you have to commit to it until it's your last location. Well, we found the silvers.
We found half magic. Alright. Time to go do Bob's chest.
That will make Bob's chest number 18, I believe.
Yep, the 19, 20, and 21 behind Ice Armos and the illustrious 22 where it belongs. In the dumpster.
The dumpster that's shaped a lot like a room full of tiles. Oh, right. Wait, no. This is... we don't have access to desert. I thought we'd done desert without me looking somehow.
Blind check? I didn't think anything was here.
No one checked it. If Divvy checked it, it happened while he was offline.
No, I thought the lane had checked it while doing fake flipper checks. Or, I guess not fake flipper checks, because we found the flippers in Ice Art Cave.
Hilarious spot for him, to be honest. And it looks like we did get our 18 big key.
It's a good thing you were paying attention, because I was not.
Well, I'm assuming it was 18, because I don't think we had enough time for non-silver Ice Armos.
That's a good point. That's fair. Yeah, I'll give that one to you. And Lightyear. GG's on being the first person to guess 18. Zeke, you want to tell them what they've won?
Which joke do we use in this one?
I don't know. If the lane's climbing GT in an hour, pick one.
Okay. You just won a new car!
That's fair. I was gonna say you just won like the ability to watch a seed be completed in an hour and 5 minutes. As Divisigns picks up the book, so there's Desert.
That's kind of an unfortunate place for the book in this situation. Even without we know where boots are, but you have to go to the pyramid to clear Desert to go back to the pyramid.
Yeah, so it's actually looking like Divisigns is not going to find those boots before the lane finishes, just because of the merry old route that the seed has taken you on. Thanks for the short hop and a quick 2-cycle. Keeping in mind the lane has a fairy in a bottle, so if you're feeling a little anxious, don't. Not yet, at least.
I'll be honest, I'm not anxious at all about the lane here. The lane's put up an incredible performance so far.
I would like to point out the irony, and I'm sorry to do this, but I'm not going to attempt to say Divisigns' team's name because I don't speak German, and I try not to butcher German. But I would just like to point out that it translates to, oops, it's not there either.
Mm-hmm. I believe when I listened to a German speaker say it, it went along the lines of, oops, the Warsack nicht. But also, I apologize for probably butchering that.
It sounded better than it would have if I'd have said it, so, I mean, I'll give that to you at least.
Remembering to pick up the small key. Depending on the AGA pattern, we can see a 106, 107 range, I think.
Yeah, since we're not going to grab silvers, that sounds about right. 106, probably 15 under best case scenario. And the lane just give it up on silvers.
I mean, the lane didn't bother opening anything else on top of the tower.
Yeah, that's fair, but that one's right there. You walk by it, man. Just grab it.
Or do I've seen some of my friends and people I follow do, and put a bomb on it and walk away.
Nice double. Nice double.
Nice double.
Good luck on this one, bud. Almost had it. Yeah, there's the frustration.
I mean, if that sword thing would have come out, it would have been a nice double.
Yeah, no kidding. It was two really nice ones, and then kind of got him with the agate in the corner. Alrighty, so now it's just time to make some bacon.
Bacon.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. I really, I don't think Ganon has a text box that's something like, how did you get here that fast? But I would love to, I'd love to just see it right here.
This would be a great place for the "Why am I surrounded by incompetent fools" quote. But no.
That works too.
He heard you talk about eggs and bacon and now he's hungry.
That works too. I'm okay with that. Nice double spin off the trident.
Ooh, just misses the 1-in-1, but don't worry. Ganon's going to be nice to give us the one cycle phase 2.
Yeah, I know, but at this point, the lane's playing Oko, and I'm nervous.
The lane's playing carefully too, so.
The lane, you have a blue goo, just pop it, please! The lane, okay, good.
Well, on the bright side, we're gonna go. We might get to see what's in the Pyramid Fairy now.
Oh man, this seems so brutal to poor Designs.
He'd actually kept up pretty well up until the skip of left side. So.
Yeah, obviously that clear of, as we get knowledge that, yeah, it's in the Dark World. Oh! Well, we're gonna have to do things the fun way. Thankfully, we have a green goo, so this is gonna be completely and totally manageable. But annoying.
Annoying, absolutely. Really good awareness out of the lane to realize that Ganon was heading right for him.
Yeah, it can be fun trying to sit here and guess it. All right, Pyramid Fairy, what you got? Just no shovel, no mushroom. Let's just. Okay, good.
Pyramid Fairy loves us.
Time Lord Cave.
I believe that does leave poor Divasines with. Has he checked the tablet? No, he has not checked the tablets.
He hasn't checked either tablet, yeah. So.
He hasn't checked either tablet, so let's start with either tablet.
Oh, this man thinks he's funny.
So does chat.
Well, chat thinks I'm funny, so I'm not exactly sitting here, saying that they have a great sense of humor.
But now we just have to cross a 1x3 bridge.
Yeah, so that seed got absolutely demolished. Demolished. So lane finishing in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1:07:03.
And Divasines does forfeit here. And honestly, I don't blame him. Unfortunately, both runners have decided to decline an interview.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. 107?
I mean, it's... The seed gave everything to you. And
yeah, if you went to the left side swap!
Yes, but the game gave you everything and pointed you at Swamp Palace, let's be honest here.
It also pointed you at, Eastern and Pod.
Yeah. it pointed you to Swamp Palace, and then you find nothing in it except for an item still in left side.
Yeah, I mean, and it was 2 items in left side, to be fair, but still, I can. Oh, like I personally would have gone. I would have probably done left side first, just because I am absolutely a chicken, and I full clear everything because that's how I enjoy playing the game. But I can definitely understand the desire to not, especially playing against the lane. You know, just like, I'm gonna skip this, and the one thing that you skipped ended up being the one thing you shouldn't have, which is unfortunate, but, you know, rando is rando. Is rando, is rando, is rando.
But yeah, with no interviews, I guess we can just do a quick overview of what this does. This was the last invitational race of the last week 6 race invitational race.
Race, yes.
And then this puts Error 216 at 27 points, 9 and 3.
Yep, that puts them in second place in the division. They are currently just behind the Spoilers, and they are going to be playing Go, who is currently just 6 points behind them. So, still going to be a fairly tight matchup for Week 7, I believe, and should be fun. It's not really going to have playoff implications in terms of like who makes it, but it'll have seeding implications. It's still going to be really important.
Well, I believe it actually still has playoff implications for Team Go.
Yeah, no, Error 216 could spoil, but that's really about it. Because if Don't Forget to Track Us goes 2-0 for Week 7 against Tile Roomies. So if Don't Forget to Track Us, who is currently 5-7, goes 2-0 against Tile Roomies, sitting at 8-4. And then Error 216 goes 2-0 against Go, then it would be down to the tiebreaker between Don't Forget to Track Us and Go. And that tiebreaker is actually, they were 1-1, it looks like, Week 2. So.
And then, unfortunately, this does put Uppsala Socknicht at 2-10, currently at the bottom of the division. So they're going to be fighting to avoid a relegation. But I believe that their Week 7 matchup is against the 7th place team. So it could be I think they are in a race for relegation next week.
Yeah, they are playing the Bomb Squad, who's currently completed both their matches for this week. So they're at 3-9. So the Bomb Squad having a 1-game lead. But if Oops can pull a sweep, then obviously that would put them ahead of the Bomb Squad to finish the year out. I would also like to point out that there was a mushroom sitting on the pedestal.
There was a mushroom on the pedestal. Wonderful. Yeah. With that, I think that about does it for us, Hammer.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to see real quick if we have anything officially on the docket for tomorrow, but I think we are pretty much set. It just feels weird because I feel like I've been sitting here for less than an hour and a half and we're already wrapping up, but that's what happens when the lane plays open.
I believe part of us not having anything officially on the docket for tomorrow is with SGL starting up its final bracket. The schedule's going to be a mess to deal. That's a really good point. We do have a couple games scheduled for tomorrow in the afternoon, as well as one that's actually at 1 a.m. Eastern. So that's at 7 hours, 7.5 hours from now. I don't know if that's going to be restreamed at this point, but it is on our schedule. So keep an eye out. Follow the SpeedGaming set of channels if you haven't already. Give these runners a follow. I feel like I didn't have a chance to say that because this seed has just been like, I'm done. But definitely give both these runners a follow. The lane because, well, and Divizines because, honestly, he did really well there. He just made one call that ended up being the boots. And
And that's pretty much what this entire seed hinged on, unfortunately. But they both played really well. Both did really well low percent, because we really didn't ever find a whole lot of hearts. Even Divizines, after pretty much full clearing everything else, was only sitting at, I want to say 11 or 12. So really nice.
I want to say 11?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And of course, I'd like to give a shout out to our tracker, Arterral, having to track this at the speed that the lane was going.
Yeah, no kidding. Shout outs to our trackers. I can't do it. I've tried. Just being able to keep track of everything and making sure that you don't miss anything for a second. So definitely shout outs there. And also, hey, it's our first time common this season together. Zeke says we calmed last season at some point. I don't remember it, but I can't remember what I ate for dinner last night, so that's about par for the course.
Yeah, we did commentary in week 7 because we calmed Boots on pedestal last season.
Sure, I'll take your word for it. Either way, it was a blast. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got as these credits roll, and we see that, the seed at least gave us Tempered Sword early for the lane. That's pretty much all I've got. So Zeke, I'm going to hand it over to you to take us out for the night and for week 6.
Absolutely. I believe you already did the shout-outs for SpeedGaming follows, so we also have, if you want to see more open action, we do have a few remaining matches in the Open League as well, and if we have any of those, they'll be played on the ALTTPR League channels. And keep watching for more upcoming matches here with the Linked Past Randomizer League. So from all of us here with the league and SpeedGaming, have a good day.